Hello, nerds. Welcome to GeekBeast, part of the Geekish Network. This is your daily rundown of geek news from geeks like you. If you're new to our show, we cover the geek news beat and we share our opinions with that news. I'm your host, Chuck, and with me we have Randy. Say what's up to the people, Randy.
Yo, what's up, Geek Beast? Chuck, what are we talking about tonight?
First things first, iPhones will be able to speak in your voice with 15 minutes of training. Apple previews a bundle of new features designed for cognitive vision, hearing, and mobility accessibility. That includes a new personal voice feature for people who may lose their ability to speak, allowing them to create a synthesized voice that sounds just like them to talk to friends and family members. Users can create a personal voice by reading out a set of text prompts out loud for a total of 15 minutes of audio on their iPhone or iPad. Since this new feature integrates with live speech, users can then type what they want to say and have their personal voice read it to whomever they want to talk to.
Oh,
It's going to sell a whole lot of iPhones.
yeah, and this is going to be coming out to the iPhone 15.
It's going to be, think all iPhones.
Well, I'm saying,
It's on the
oh,
iOS. It's just an iOS
oh, it's just going to be
update.
on iPhones, period.
Yes. iOS 17.
Oh, interesting. Now, of course, there's all kind of security things out there, but I think that's a dope idea.
Yeah. Yeah. The question is this though. Does Apple own your voice after you record it?
That's a really good question.
That is the question.
I say, just know I don't have any inside information. I say, hell yeah, they're gonna act like they own your voice.
You know,
That's what multi-billion-dollar corporate. But that's kind of a hard. Well, they already own all the data. If you,
they're making it for accessibility though. They are making it for accessibility feature.
but I guess you couldn't because does Apple own your fingerprints?
They do not.
They do not. Okay, so I would imagine it would fall into the same thing. What's the
True.
difference?
I think this is dope.
Yeah, I,
Dope.
when they
They probably have it on like iOS 17 for
Mhm.
all the phones, but it sounds sexier on iOS, the newest phone. The
Is it
newest
just
phone
for
gets the
iPhones
sexiest
too? So
version.
what about like your
Your
iPad or
iPad, they
MacBook
probably said, "Yep,
Pro or any of those things? Your Mac
it's
Mini?
iOS, so it's on iPad. Anything iOS,
Yeah. So if it's iOS, that means it's exclusive across the ecosystem, the Apple ecosystem.
potentially can go on
Yeah,
computers.
yeah,
Potentially,
yeah. Could potentially get them on all of them. So yeah, man, I think it's dope.
yeah, because Mac OS is the computers.
Mhm.
However, you can do some apps that are iOS on your Mac computer.
But we're saying that it'll be iPads and iPhones definitely if it's
Definitely
iOS.
iOS. Yep. It's definitely those. There's also new detection mode and magnifier to help users who are blind or have low vision, which is designed to help users interact with physical objects with numerous text labels. As an example, Apple says it can use your camera aim their devices at a label such as microwave keypad, which the iPhone and iPad will read out loud to them.
Nice. And it
That is dope.
in your own voice. Nice.
No, it could be in their voice. It could be
It could
Siri's
be in
voice.
there, but it could be in your voice too,
It
right?
potentially can be in your voice.
Because you can record it and then you use the app to read it out
Mm-hmm.
loud to you in your own voice.
See,
Potentially.
this
Potentially.
is this is really cool because
Yeah.
it's showing accessibility using tech to help with accessibility, which is
Mm-hmm.
like this is actually really good. This is really good. Usually I
Yeah.
hear some of this stuff and I get worried that tech's, but this is actually like a good thing tech's doing.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, man.
I guess Apple wants to lead the accessibility charge. Usually accessibility is like one of the last things that a lot of tech companies think of when they're
Well,
building their technology because they want to cover the majority people.
and it kind
They
of make and it kind
But
of makes sense because remember that. Sorry, Randy.
okay.
Remember that Unreal demo they just did where they used the iPhone to do the lip sync capture into the 3D model and it was live and they were saying it's the it's the technology within the iPhone that was doing it. So I can see that if that's the same sort of technology that they're using for these accessibility things, like reading your lips, you know, reading facial structures, all that stuff.
Yeah, man. I think it also, but then like
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago, we talked about Microsoft was doing something for vision impaired people with the joysticks or something
With the
Some-
controllers,
with
yes.
the controller. So
Mm-hmm.
I think some companies, I won't say all, but some companies are making a push to use technology to help people be more accessible.
Yeah. Apple Senior Director of Global Accessibility and Policy and Initiatives, Sarah Herling, she said accessibility is part of everything we do at Apple.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah,
And it should be.
it should be. It
Yep.
should be. Accessibility, but accessibility is one of the last things to get touched in tech companies because you're trying to make something for the masses, and the way that production roadmaps are laid out, you have no wiggle room to focus on accessibility. You do just enough accessibility to meet the TRCs, the technical requirements.
Hey, well, Apple's leading charge in that, and apparently
And
from what we
Microsoft.
have here in Microsoft, and so it's good. And I think as they do it, other companies will be forced to do so as well
Yep.
if they want to compete.
Yep. Yep. Next story. It's kind of sad. It's Daft Punk gives their final song together, a hypnotic animated tribute. May marks the 10th anniversary of Random Access Memories, the fourth and final studio album from the legendary group duo Daft Punk. That album is amazing, by the
It
way.
was. It was.
Amazing.
It was.
While the influential helmet dance robots born Thomas Bangalter and Guy Manuel de Home Cristo would remain active for several more years, collaborating with artists like The Weeknd. The pair is disbanded in 2021, blowing up the robotic personas and pursuing very different solo careers. That doesn't mean they don't have more to share. Out out yesterday, actually, a 10th anniversary re-release of a Random Access Memory comes with another disc full of previously unreleased music. While that's plenty exciting for fans of the French house duo, some of the coolest anniversary content is being dropped on the Daft Punk YouTube channel. They just dropped Infinity Repeating, an unreleased demo that is last thing that they worked on together.
So is it just that they wanted to pursue solo endeavors, or was there a fallout? What like why can't they?
The rumor is they did put one of them did speak upon it, but I don't know exactly what they did.
Okay.
But they wanted to do different things. I mean, I know one of the first press releases was, I think it was Thomas was like, "Hey, I want to see my kids,"
Oh, I mean that's fair.
or something like that.
But hey, take a break. Then come back together and let's do it again. Let's get the band back together.
But I think now one wants to do music and one doesn't care to do music anymore.
And if the passion is not there, then I get it. Don't
Yeah.
force it. I would just be interested in seeing them. Do some
Doing,
new project together.
I say it all the time. So this album came out roughly the same time that Yeezus came out. And I say Yeezus is the Daft Punk album everybody was expecting. And Daft Punk's album was the Yeezus album everybody was expecting. And they released a really that album is amazing.
Yeah, everybody who watched it thought it was dope.
Yeah. You mean listen to it?
Huh?
I mean listening to it?
You know what I meant. Don't. You know what I meant.
I know what you meant. Then you have some really good news come on. Fast and the Furious finale could get 3 parts if Vin Diesel has anything to say about it.
Who said that was good news?
That is great news. Going into making this movie, the studio had asked if this could be a 2-parter. Diesel said, and after the studio saw this part 1, so they saw the part 1, they asked, could you make it the finale a trilogy? That's how great it is, Randy. People love this. I sent out videos to you all. We had people like, yo, the Fast and Furious is a bananas movie. Everybody knows what to expect.
I don't get it. I just don't.
It's it's playing with cars as a kid. We did everything that they did in these movies, and we finally get to see it on screen. We played with your toys. You know, you had your toys jump off the couch onto the ramp, back onto the couch, through the couch, and that the couch was pretend buildings or mountainsides. We did all this stuff as kids. That's what makes it so good. What you don't hold on? Why not enjoy your childhood as an adult?
I have plenty opportunities to enjoy my childhood as an adult.
But imagine seeing all the
Fast,
things you dreamed about in your childhood come to life on
Fast and
screen.
Furious just does not do it for me. The says no spoilers, please. I'm going to be out this weekend again. Oh, don't worry. I won't be going to see it, so I can't spoil anything for you.
I will be going to see it defunct. I am so excited about seeing this. I got 3 movies to see this week. So
What?
I gotta it doesn't matter. I may go see Fast Furious 3
I'm about to say you
times.
gonna go see Fast 3 times?
Maybe if it's good and funny and makes me laugh. Because it's about family, Randy. It's about family.
It's no doubt it'll make you laugh. I just don't think you were intended to laugh. I have no problem.
It is the whole thing is intended for that, Randy. It's a movie that doesn't take itself serious at all.
At all. I agree. It doesn't take
camp.
itself serious at all.
It's camp.
Camp.
It is camp.
I
It's
feel
just
like
it's not camp from the 80s or 90s or 70s, but it's
like
camp.
it tries to take itself seriously. And it's just
does it though? Does it really? I don't think it does at all.
Like
they shot a Pontiac into space. They don't try to take themselves seriously.
I think they take that seriously.
I think you're interpreting it as taking it seriously. I think they're having lots of fun doing wildest, outlandish shit. That's like taking a theme park ride seriously. Nobody takes a theme park. Nobody gets on Jurassic Park and thinks it's going to be like real dinosaurs chasing you, or Transformers the ride and Transformers you're going to actually die in it. Come on.
I don't think that either. I just don't like Fast and Furious. I think it's
I think you're just a hater.
I'll be a hater.
I think that's just it.
I'll be a hater. You see this? It's a whole bottle of haterade, right?
That's water. That's water.
Haterade. Well, haterade doesn't exist, so see, you're taking this too serious, Chuck. I'm leaning into the camp.
You lean into the camp of it all. You know, we've heard comedians say they can do Fast and the Furious 40. Don't end this franchise. I've seen y'all 2 videos of people saying, "Don't end this franchise."
I ain't never heard of community.
I sent it in the chat. You haven't listened to Rodney. Rodney, vouch for me on this, Rodney. Rodney's in the chat. He got receipts.
Y'all must have excluded me from that chat.
No, you're in the chat.
I think Randy probably muted those words.
Right. The AI kicked me out of it or something.
That's what
he muted those words. Anytime Fast Furious is mentioned.
The hate is so real with you, Randy. The hate is so real with you.
Whole bottle full of it.
It's finally the day that I get to see Fast 10. You cannot tell me that I am not Dominic Toretto.
Oh, God.
Are you kidding me right now? Look at that.
Oh, God.
Y'all.
Take that off.
See, that's one. That's one.
Take that shit off.
That's one. That's one. That's one. See? You're such a hater right now, Randy. Why do you hate all this goodness?
Man, Peter Griffin's got my back in the chat. He said I might be with Randy because I don't remember anything about it.
It is hilarious.
I think, what was it? The 5th one was where I stopped. I was just like, I can't. And I thought after the 3rd one, I was like, well, this shit is over with. After Bow Wow and whatchamacallit was doing it in the Tokyo Drift, I was like, well, this shit is over with. And at the end of the 3rd one, they had Vin Diesel. I was like, ain't nobody gonna go see this shit again.
And they did, Randy.
So wrong. I was so wrong.
So wrong. Listen.
I was like,
Okay. And I'm talking about the moment where you were like, okay, no, this is not believable. Okay.
See,
Most people.
Kev on stage was like, this shit is amazing. It brings about childhood wonder. Well, I'll move on. I'll
yeah,
move on
please.
because I just learned to laugh at the movies. Like that is the wildest thing I've seen. I be in the theaters cooking with laughter. Me and everybody else in here like, wow, did we just see that?
Well, I've actually never seen one at a movie theater.
Oh, see, that's the problem. You have to go see it larger than life. It's just like going to see
Maybe that,
Avatar or anything
maybe that's
that's
true. Maybe that's
Dune.
true. I've never thought about it that way.
You
Even
have to go see it because it's larger than life. It's the spectacle of it all.
because I like the first two. I actually like the first two, and the third one I was like,
Oh man, the first two are trash.
but I've never saw it in a movie theater.
And most people that watch it, they think the first two are trash because it's not fanciful.
No,
Like it's fantasy. It leans all the way in on it.
the first
And
two are not. The first three are not.
No, yeah. When
Four,
leading
it's
into the
like
fantasy, they brought
beginning.
a guy back from the dead, Randy. Okay. It's no different than a Marvel movie. It literally is no different than a Marvel movies take themselves seriously too.
Like we're going to have to agree to disagree, Mr. Bab.
DC takes all their movies seriously too. Batman serious than a motherfucker.
Batman is serious as hell. Batman be out there beating up homeless criminals. So, you know.
Speaking of Batman, we got some Batman news.
What we got?
Lego's releasing an incredible 3,981 piece Batcave from Batman Returns. Boy. It's going to be sitting in my house.
Nice.
It is the Batcave. The
one from
MFN
Batman Returns.
Batcave. Yes. Man, that 3D render right there, and it shows it looks like the bat, and you open it up. Boy. Woo! Your boy Chuck Bab may have two of these, one to open and one to sit in. So one to sit in the chamber somewhere.
How much does it cost? Do they say?
Oh man, this thing's gonna cost way too much money.
I'm thinking about getting this. You know, the Lego aren't necessarily my thing, but
see, you ain't no fun. Lego should be everybody's thing.
I didn't say they weren't. I respect Legos. I just, you know.
Oh, $400?
How much? $400?
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer? Lego Michelle Pfeiffer? Oh,
Yeah. Well, it's $400. The Lord of the Rings Rivendell, which I'm surprised Rodney hasn't copped, is $500. And then there's the Millennium Falcon, which everybody wants at $800.
Yeah.
I'd probably get the Millennium Falcon before I got the Rivendell one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Millennium Falcon is a beast. It is a beast.
Like I was listening to NPR and they were saying Legos are being used in like so many other ways, like prosthetics for legs and all types of things.
Really?
I just didn't get a chance to finish the article because I got out the car. I'm gonna have to go back and look it up because they were talking about all the ways that Legos are being used in medicine and science across the world.
You know, we need a Lego Fast and Furious movie. And that would be totally hilarious. They already got a racing game coming out.
Well, they have a Lego set for Fast and the Furious, right? Because
they have the car. But I mean, they need to bring them all. You have Dominic Toretto. You have all the characters, and you have one big set with about 5 cars and a garage, and a wrecking ball that runs down the street, ran by magnetic power.
You're just gonna keep this. You're just gonna keep it, aren't you?
No, I'm just saying. Don't get mad at me because I commend the world's greatest franchise to be fully camp. It makes no sense on why it's the world's greatest franchise, but it is.
The world's greatest franchise is Star Wars. Thank you very much.
That's not true. True.
I don't care what you say.
Star Wars has 9 movies, and this has 10.
Well, if you take into account what you take into account Lando, which I guess we shouldn't, but you take into account Andor, Lando. Don't we got another one? We got about 12.
Yeah. See, nobody's ever forgot a Fast and the Furious movie
I forget them all the time. I don't know what the
because
hell
you
you
don't
talking
care
about.
because you're not a fan.
That's true.
uh,
Peter said he forgets them. He says, I don't remember anything about it.
oh man, they're so ridiculous. Peter, trust me. Go watch them on the big screen TV and you'll be like, oh my God. They have a party scene in it before they go on their caper. And then they always end doing like a Lord's Prayer
Let's
at a
do another
dinner
do
barbecue.
another story. Don't nobody want to hear about
Okay.
family.
It's about family.
Do
Uh,
another story. Make that about family.
Disney Parks first Frozen themed land opens this fall. So Disney has decided, hey, we're going to capitalize on this land thing. We're going to on this Frozen. We don't have really anything in the parks that deal with Frozen. Little things here and there, but they should have moved faster on this. Imagineering should have been swift. In order to visit Elsa, Anna, Olaf, and Kristoff and friends, you'll need to travel to Hong Kong Disneyland. Both Elsa's Ice Palace and Anna's Arendelle abode will be featured in the new land, alongside a village and forest area leading up to the Ice Queen's snowy mountains. Revamped Frozen Ever after boat ride, which will differ from its Walt Disney World counterpart with state-of-the-art animatronics. New and exclusive to Hong Kong Disneyland, dedicated area devoted to the Frozen films will be Wandering Oaken Sliding Sleighs, a family-friendly thrill coaster. This is going to be crazy.
I see no problem.
Yeah. You going to go to Hong Kong to ride this? Ride the Oaken Sliding Sleighs?
I would love to.
And it's exclusive. So you can't ride it anywhere. So if this ride is freaking amazing, you can only go to Hong Kong to do it.
Yeah, man. I'm all for it.
It's funny that it's just taking Disneyland this long to create a land for Frozen. You know how many young girls fell in love with Frozen?
I mean, it was huge. What the Frozen effect? What it did some close to $2 billion or some crazy number. Yeah, I am surprised that they are just now capitalizing on it.
Like full out, like, hey, let's throw up a Frozen Land. I'm surprised they didn't throw up a whole Princess Land and actually call it Princess Land. I guess if Princess throughout all the lands, but a common area for all of them to meet each other and do a show.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, they have all their princesses there.
But then again, does it cannibalize the other ones who focus on princesses?
I mean, no, they do a parade with the princesses. They do have a princess parade. But it'd be nice to have the parade and they all meet into a certain spot in the land and they all do a dance together. And you have Princess Leia, you can have Vanellope, you can have all the princes that you normally don't see in the land.
Princess Jasmine.
Jasmine, yeah. You can have Mulan, you can have Tiana, Belle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, Cinderella.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
Yeah, I'm all having like a princess land, like a little princess area for just princesses. Then you can have a bibbidi bop boutique in the middle of it, and they can charge thousands of dollars to get girls to get a makeover to look like a princess and sell princess dresses.
Don't they already have something similar to that?
Bibbidi bop boutique, yeah.
Okay.
But they can put it all in one area and have special things there for them. See, Disney don't think about it like I do. I capitalize on everything. Xenomorph Queen. They can have a Xenomorph Queen. That's right from Aliens. Yep, that's right. Because she's technically, but she's not a princess. She's a queen. That's different. Queens can be evil.
Is Suri a Disney princess?
She is a Disney princess. Shuri is a Disney princess.
Okay.
Technically, Shuri is a Disney princess.
Right.
You know, she would have been in Wreck-It Ralph if Disney had Marvel by the time it came out.
Oh, Siri?
Sure, yeah. Did you watch Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, I watched Black Panther.
They have all the princesses in their room.
Yes.
Shuri would have been in there. They would have put Shuri in there.
Okay.
They'd have put Princess Leia in there.
But Princess Leia wasn't in it, was she?
No, she wasn't. They didn't have it by then.
Yeah, they had it by then.
Did they?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they had when Wreck-It Ralph came out. Star Wars was already. Star Wars has been with Disney over a decade now. They did, yeah.
Okay. Wreck-It Ralph came out in 2012.
Yeah, I'm pretty
That's
sure.
roughly around the time they bought them.
Might have been
Right?
around the time.
Yeah, right around the time they bought them.
Let's think about it. So, like, Disney bought, and somebody can do a quick Google search. I don't know why we're gonna argue, just because this is what me and you do. So they've had what? They've had 5 movies come out.
Yeah.
So I would imagine around 2012.
29. They bought Disney in 2009.
Yeah.
They probably didn't think about it when they did it, but they would have. I'm surprised they didn't
They
put
probably
Princess
think
Leia.
more traditional, like
Traditional princesses. Yeah. If they were smart, they would have thrown Princess Leia in there for sure.
Yeah. So, and I think they think of Disney princesses that come from the Disney brand, not necessarily every property that Disney owns.
So they bought Marvel in 2009. So they probably didn't think about it. Because they should have put Shuri and Leia in that room on Wreck-It Ralph.
So, yeah, we could start. We really start going with like Marvel. You can get a lot more Disney princesses probably out there too. So.
Yeah.
You know,
that'd have been nice to have it in there. We have 1 minute left, Randy, and I'm way off the topic. Thanks, Randy. It's about family.
I'm ignoring you.
Why are you ignoring me?
Ignoring you.
Oh, this is good news. Did you see the full-length Haunted Mansion trailer?
So what now?
The full-length Haunted Mansion trailer?
And
it had the hot priest Owen Wilson in it. I wanted to punch him in the face for 1 second.
You don't like Owen Wilson.
I know it. And I wanted to punch him in the face for 1 second.
I seen the teaser that came out a little while ago. But
the trailer looked really good. It didn't remind you of the Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion.
I thought they were looking for something completely different.
It is. It's like sub-serious. It's like spooky, scary. Or there's just a bunch of jump scares in this.
I don't know.
Yeah, the mansion scene in the movie seems to be most closely based on the California Disneyland Park version of the ride, with the antebellum style New Orleans manor.
Okay,
this one is exciting. This is exciting. Trailer.
Did you go see it?
Hell yeah!
I want to see it too.
I told you, I got the AMC A+ pass. I get 3 movies every week. I'm seeing everything when it comes out. I don't care what it is.
I feel that. I would do the same thing.
There's a movie called Boo Boo the Foo. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna check out Boo Boo the Foo.
July 28th, so it's late summer.
Mm-hmm. I saw Evil Dead, and I don't even do horror films.
And this doesn't look real horror. It looks campy horror.
It's Disney horror, yeah. It's Disney horror.
Yeah. I hope it spawns some like Pirates kind of success. Pirates of the Caribbean, that is.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, we got some other things coming out soon. We got Christopher Robin, R-rated hybrid comedy series in the works. Mm-hmm. Christopher Robin is a delusioned New York navigating his quarter-life crisis with help from weird talking animals who live beyond the drug-induced portal outside of his derelict apartment complex, the 100 Acres.
That is
boy. That
is fun.
Public domain is the greatest thing to ever happen to us. I love it.
Yeah.
Public domain is the greatest thing to ever happen.
I've never liked Christopher Robin. I've never liked him.
But I don't understand. How you not? Who are you?
He just annoyed me. Hey, Winnie. Oh, Winnie the Pooh and Christopher Robin were the most annoying cartoons in the world.
I love Winnie the Pooh.
Liked was well, that's not surprising. The only person I ever liked was Tigger. I liked Tigger.
Damn. Yeah, Tigger was amazing.
I like Tigger. He's the only one I ever liked out of that whole franchise.
You never wanted to protect Piglet?
smack them around. I want to smack around
Mhm.
Christopher Robin and Woody.
Eeyore.
I wouldn't let my sister had a godson. I wouldn't even let him watch it. I was like, come on, you coming with me.
How'd you grow up?
I was like, nope. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, no, he ain't watching this.
Why wouldn't you let
Because
her con?
I don't like Tigger and I don't like Winnie the Pooh. No, I love Tigger. I don't
Wow.
like Winnie the Pooh.
Wow. Did you know that all the characters are based on psychological moods and it teaches children how to examine their own psychology?
Oh, that's what you gonna hit me with? It's the psychology.
Really? Really?
That's really
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit
that's
you
what I
with
say.
it.
Really? That's what you
Yeah,
gonna
so
hit
I'm
me
gonna, I was
with?
gonna hit, I was
You
gonna hit you
know
with.
that it's the psychology. No, it's trash. It ain't trash. I just don't like them.
Wow.
But I find this story to be funny because that's how I see Winnie the Pooh. That's how I've always seen him. As this little crazy little boy talking to all these animals, and the only one who was good was Tigger.
Yep. And hot off of Peter Griffin. Thank you for bringing up the finally watched the Five Nights at Freddy's today. We're going to get into that one. So they had a trailer come up of Five Nights at Freddy today. So I'm just going to move on from your disrespect to Winnie the Pooh. We're not going to have that. So Five Nights at Freddy is slated to premiere both in theaters and on Peacock on October 27th. They're going to try to do a double release on Peacock. I don't think that's going to fare well for them in the theaters.
But that's what Peacock seems to be doing. They've done that with a couple different projects, and I don't know. Maybe that's their strategy. I don't know the rationale behind it, but that's what they've
Serving
done.
two gods is hard.
Yeah, it is. It is because they did that with something else. I forget the name of it. The movie with Sterling K. Brown and Regina Hall, the Preacher movie.
Honk for Jesus. That didn't come out simultaneously, did it? I thought it came out in theaters a week or two earlier.
Same time. I watched it on the premiere date.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was like, I'm not going to the movies to see it, and I watched. I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't bad though.
Okay.
So yeah, they've done it twice.
If you had the A+ pass, you go watch in the theaters. Wouldn't cost you nothing.
Yeah. I feel like though I could find 3 better other movies than Honk for Jesus to go to the movie.
Not at the time it came out. It was like the only thing that came out.
Not at the time.
Yeah, right now, yes. Summertime. It's gonna be a fun-filled movies season.
And I'm so for it.
Do you know Air is already on Amazon Prime?
Is it?
Yeah, because it's an Amazon movie. It's an
Amazon movie. Oh, yeah, that's true.
It's already on Amazon Prime.
So they put it in. They put it in theaters and here. I guess they want to see it nominated, guaranteed the nomination.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
The guy guaranteed the nomination because Steven Spielberg complained so much that
his pennies got in a bunch, and you're like,
it's
not theater. Yeah,
it's not in theater, so you got to put movies in the theater.
Because there was rumors of talking that Netflix was going to buy a small chain and just show them there for films.
They bought the Egyptian here in LA to put in the theater. Yeah. Okay. So they put movies in theaters in order to make sure they get nominated.
Yeah.
I think Netflix needs to buy a chain, up the subscription to like $25. You go in and vote for you go in the movies, you go and vote. Because I would have loved to see an Extraordinary Attorney Woo in the theaters, and they could have had a different episode every other day, and I would have went to the theaters every other day. I would have bought concessions every other day to watch that TV show.
I would go to. There's lots of TV shows that I would go to. Was it Bone and Skull? Was it not? What was it? Shadow and Bone? I would go to this movie. Shadow and Bone.
And they can say, "Hey, every day we're showing every episode. We got 2 theater houses showing every episode."
We went all day long. We went to a special Witcher screening by Netflix, and I think it was the Egyptian.
Probably
it was the first 2 episodes, and it was a really cool experience, man.
I go see The Witcher.
Yeah, and I know they did it with Rings of Power too. They did Rings of Power too, like the first 2 episodes. They had like a special screening, and I unfortunately couldn't make it, but I would love to see something like that on the big screen.
Courtney. Arcane, perfect example.
Arcane.
Love,
wanna
Death,
do-
Robots. Like it's a bunch
I would
of
have seen all the Love, Death, Robots. I would have spent all
yeah.
day in the theater.
Castlevania.
Yeah, just
Castlevania.
spend like a whole just the whole
Yeah.
day, right?
Yeah.
Just do like
I can see them saying, "Hey, we
Yeah.
got this theater. We serve food in it. You order food. We have intermissions between each episode, 10 minute intermission between each episode, and you can stay in there and watch movies all day long and put in my
Comedy special.
subscription.
I love to
I
see
would pay
Ali
$25 a month for that.
Wong. I love to see Ali Wong comedy special at a movie theater. Like
Mhm.
there you go.
All the comedy specials they
yeah,
have.
yeah. I would do it in a heartbeat.
Netflix needs to pay us.
Yeah,
They need to give us a couple $1 million
man.
because that's what I would do.
Yeah, be
And
dope.
charge an extra $10 on your subscription. Like, oh, it's $25 a month. You can go to the theaters if we have
I pack
something
my
in your
whole
hometown.
family up, and we spend a whole Saturday watching Netflix movies on the big screen.
Yeah, exactly. With that being said, Brandon, anything you want to share with the people?
Tomorrow we are doing the Extraordinary Attorney Woo. Right after Binge Worthy. I say right after Binge Worthy. Right after Geek Beast, join us for Binge Worthy.
Okay. I see that how I did that. That was perfect. You did it right. You did the handoff right. You look like professionals out there. Quarterback and running
Magic
back.
and Kareem. Magic
Yeah,
and
Magic and Kareem.
You
Yeah,
dropped the
Magic
no
and Kareem.
look, and I just hit the sky hook. All
Yeah,
right.
that's it. That's it. Shout out to Rodney for always chiming in and being a great technical producer and director. Shout out to Defunct for being our great curator of our news stories and writer. And shout out to you and the fans, Peter Griffin, Mark, all of you guys that come in and watch our show. We really, truly appreciate it. Please like us, please subscribe to us, and please share us with all your friends. With that being said, we will see you tomorrow for both Geek Beast and Binge Worthy. Peace.
Peace.